Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Andrea Lindsay, and today's message is God's timing is perfect. All right, so I want to share a personal story with you. Some of you may or may not know I am a flight attendant. I work for an amazing jet company. But before I was working for this jet company, I was working in the airport, I was working in Prospect, and then I went back to like the foundation, the O.G. job I know that I could always do, which was preschool. So I went back to being a preschool teacher. And at the time I was applying. Commercial lines were denying. They were denying me. And my grandfather would always encourage me. He said, if this is what you truly want to do, do not give up, just keep pursuing it and it will come. And so as I'm a preschool teacher, and I remember I had stopped and said, God, okay, I've applied pretty much to everyone that I could think of, everyone that's pretty much out there right now, and they're denying me. I said, so what I'm gonna do, God, is I'm gonna let it go. I give it up. And where you have me now as a preschool teacher, I'm just gonna give these kids like every ounce of me, and I'm just gonna focus on them, and I'm not gonna apply anymore. So I said that, and I meant it. I meant it in my heart. I surrendered to his will. I said, God, I don't know why, I'm being rejected. I don't know why it's being delayed or denied, but I'm done. I trust you. If you want me here, it's for a reason. And so I would want to say probably a couple months, if not a month later, my grandfather had passed away. And at that time, I was living with my grandfather. I had just got done traveling with my mother, and we came back to our hometown, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna live with my grandpa, save up some money, get my own place. And he and I lived together. I lived with him for 3 months. I mean, waking up, going to the store, getting his pizza, getting his grocery, doing his toes, putting the lotion on him, getting him dressed. He's 94 years old. This man is the man that I'm waking up to and I'm going to sleep to. Like, all right, grandpa, what you need? What we doing today? That I got to spend 3 months with him doing all those things and build our relationship was so strong. And so I'm in preschool, I'm teaching, and I get an email saying, hey, we found your email on so-and-so. We want to interview. This is the company that I work for now. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And even though I got the email, it took a couple months for the training and all the interview part to even take place. But I get the email. I'm like, okay, God, okay, this is your will. This is what you want from me. And my grandfather ends up passing away. Ah! Yep. I get the email, I tell him, hey, look, grandpa, I got the job, I'm going for an interview for this job. I didn't even do anything. They reached out to me, and he's like, yo, you're gonna get it. I know you're gonna get it. And, he goes to sleep, he passes away. It's beautiful because, he's 94, he got to live his life. He gave so much of himself. Excuse me. And he passes away, and a month later, the company's like, hey, this is the interview time, this is the place. I get the job, and I just remember my grandfather's words, you can do this. If anyone can do it, it's you, Drea. You go out there and you be the best. And so I am flying, I'm with this new company, I am working all the time because I get to fly with them, stay the night here. And one day I was in the hotel, and the Holy Spirit just talked to me. He comforted me. And that verse, John 13:7 says, you do not realize now what I'm doing, but later on, you do not understand now what I'm doing, but later, you'll realize later. And he sat down and said, if I would have given you the job, the time that you wanted, you would have missed out on that time with your grandfather. You would have missed out on that relationship. So I delayed it. I had them deny you so that you can fully embrace him, because God already knew the time that he was going to pass. And I just began to weep and thank God. See, sometimes we want things during our time and you don't understand what God is doing. But he says, the plans I have for you are to prosper you and not to harm you. God knew that if I would have gotten that job the time that I wanted, and I would have got the news that my grandfather passed away, there would have been bitterness, resentment, pain. I wouldn't have been able to enjoy the position. But he allowed me time. He allowed me to dwell with my grandfather. He allowed me to build and just to purely love and get to know what it meant to just love this man. So if you're asking God for something and it's not working, and you are in line and you are obedient to him, know that it is all going to work out for your good. That you may be confused, you may be wondering, Lord, why am I being rejected? Why am I being denied? Why is it not working out for me? He knows the ending before the beginning. So surrender to his will. That if he's having you in this particular position, this season, then trust him fully. Surrender, knowing that he is the Father that loves you. His plans are to prosper you and not to harm you. He has a future for you. So God's timing is always perfect. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.